What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. I truly appreciate y'all coming back to the channel. Means a lot to me. Y'all have been popping off with Witch Queen. We have so much more content to go over. I feel like I am so far behind, but I am basically totally done on my Warlock, besides a little extra power grind. So we have a lot of content to go over in the next week here, and I truly appreciate y'all coming back and showing the channel love and support so far. Means a lot to me. Cannot wait to put out more content for you guys. So today I do want to go over our new 6-man activity, the Wellspring. Now this is a very interesting 6-person activity to me, because we have two different versions of it that rotate every other day. So we have an attack version and a defend version, basically the same encounters, just backwards. A little bit different here and there, but it is a very interesting concept that it rotates every other day. So today on Friday it is the defend version, and then tomorrow Saturday will be the attack again. Sunday we'll be back to defend. Monday will be attack. So it just rotates weirdly like that, but it's very interesting and fun to go through with a 6-man. So to start out, to actually unlock the Wellspring, because that is the first step of this entire process, you do have to go through the campaign a little bit into it and make sure that you unlock Finch, the hive ghost that is on the throne world, as one of our NPCs, and we can work up his reputation. Once we unlock him and get far enough within the campaign, he will give us a quest called Trust Goes Both Ways. Now this is just something to show that you guys are both on the same side, and it's only a quick 4-step quest, 5-step quest, nothing too crazy about it. Just complete that, go back to him. The last step, you got to talk to Finch. The quest will complete and he will give you a new one called the Spring of Power. Now this is how we unlock the Wellspring. The first and only part of the Spring of Power is to complete a Wellspring activity. So just make sure, go get that done, and you will have the Wellspring unlocked and you can continuously do it. It's on the right hand side of the throne world, all the way to the right. You can click on it and just matchmake. Now once it's unlocked, like I said, depending on the day, you will get the attack version or the defend version. So for each one, we have 3 different parts to the mission. The defend version, we first start in a nice big room where we just gotta stand on the center plate. You will see some runes around, nothing too crazy with those. You just gotta basically stand on that plate, let the timer rise up to 100%, and it's all it is just add clear within there. There's some yellow bars that pop up, a couple hive that have the light, not like that are throwing supers or anything like that, but they are just imbued by it. So you gotta watch out for those moths around. But besides that, it's really just a stand on the plate kind of deal. Once it climbs up, you can progress through the next room actually and start the second encounter of it. The second encounter is almost the same thing, but instead of standing on a plate to progress the timer, we just add clear, and as we progress down this area, you will see the cruxes that pop up like we had on Europa, and there will be a couple, 2, 3, 4 of the little things that you can shoot around it. They just look like smaller cruxes. So you can tell which ones you shoot by they kind of are distorted and moving around a little. So you just destroy those little crystals, those little cruxes around the big ones, to have them go away, and that counts towards our progress for the second part of the defend mission. So after you clear this second area by shooting those little cruxes next to the big ones, our boss actually comes out and spawns. Now you will have to do a little bit of DPS on him to start it off, and then he will go immune and start moving down the bridge and moving his way to the end of it. Now when he does have that immune shield, it's basically the same thing. Clear adds and you will see the cruxes that are hanging around on the bridge. Shoot the little ones next to the big one and it'll become unimmune again, and you can do damage to the boss. There's about 3 different health bars that he has to go down those little thirds, so just keep moving. It's pretty easy to do. He's not super tanky, so you just got to keep clearing ads. When he goes immune, cruxes come up, shoot the little crystals next to the cruxes, and by the end, once you get that last health bar done, it's over and you completed the defend version of it. Now you do get a chest at the end that can drop some of the loot that you've collected from Finch. That throne world armor can drop from this final chest, and then there are also 4 different weapons that drop within this Wellspring activity. We'll go over those once I talk about the attack version. So for the attack version, like I said, it's basically just the reverse of what we went through. We start off on the bridge, and then we end up in the first room that we were in during the defend room, actually, where we were standing on that plate. So to start off the attack one, basically the same thing. It says retake the Wellspring. So all you got to do is move down the bridge, defeat enemies as you go, and at the very end of the bridge going this way this time, you will actually reach a hive that has the light, throwing blade barrages, something like that at you. Defeat them, crush their ghost, and that part is cleared. First step of the attack version is done. Now, people might be standing at this door waiting for it to open. You don't go through the door that's down there. There's actually 2 gravity wells that'll pop up. It's kind of hard to see because it blends in with the green goo coming off of it. So just jump up on those, and it actually sends you up to the top where the second encounter is for both of them, in that kind of just like square area, if you will. Now, for the square area, during the second encounter of the attack version, it's super easy. All you got to do, you have some hive gross stuff on like the little ship that we have within the game. All you got to do is clear out the hive stuff around the ship, and it'll start to move. Now, a guardian does have to be close to it, doesn't have to be standing on it, but in a certain vicinity of the ship to keep it moving, just like if you ever played Overwatch and you have to move the payload. Same kind of concept of that. So that's pretty much all this is you just stand on it and let it work its way through its given path, clear ads along the way, but there will be some hive crystals that pop up, those green ones, and when they pop up, there will be a purple kind of fire below you, just like the Brood Horde just that strike back in the day she would throw up her purple circle of death. It's basically that same exact thing, and the only thing you got to do to get rid of it is shoot those crystals and it'll disappear. So it's nice if you have like 4 guardians going around doing ad clear, 2 people can stand right next to the ship on top of that ship and shoot the crystals as they come up. It's a very, very easy second encounter to go through, nothing too crazy, and when you get to the end, the timer counts up to 100, the ship explodes and lets you through the next room. Now, the next room is our last room that we go through for the attack version, and we have a boss that is immune again. Now, to get this boss unimmune, you have 3 different rooms on the side, one left, right, and far. All you got to do is go inside of those rooms, stand on plates, and defeat enemies that keep coming out. There will be a witch in each of those rooms. Once you stand on the plate long enough, the witch becomes unimmune and you can destroy her. She drops a purple void charge. You take that void charge and you go to the center area where the boss is going to be crouched immune. You just have to turn in those 3 void bombs, and then he will become unimmune and you can start doing DPS, and then it's basically just a couple rounds of that, but instead of the witches popping up in those rooms and being immune, after you do your certain DPS that first time and the boss goes immune again, the witches will pop up on the little pillars next to the area that the boss is at. So you'll have, after the first one, you'll have a couple witches to dispense, and then by the time you get to his last health bar, you got, again, 3 witches that you gotta dispense, and then also they will drop those void bombs and you put them, it'll show you exactly where to throw them, but you just put them inside of that center area. There will be a place where you deposit them, and again, the boss becomes unimmune, melt them, and that is it. The attack is done once you wipe that last night. At least this week it's a night, so it might rotate. We have a couple different bosses for this, but there will be a boss that with that shield, once it goes away totally, you are done with the attack encounter, and then you can get your loot from the chest that spawns. Super easy encounters to go through, about 8 minutes, maybe less so far. Super, super, super fast. Now, the loot that comes from it so far, like I said, a little underwhelming. You have to unlock the armor at Finch before it comes out of the chests, so that is a little interesting part of it as well. And then we do only have 4 weapons that come from this activity. First off, we have the Feltardiddle combat bow. It's a pretty good kinetic bow in my opinion so far. Next, we have Come to Pass auto rifle. Then we have the Father's Sin sniper rifle, and finally the Tarnation grenade launcher, which is in our heavy slot. So those are the only 4 weapons that come from this activity, but you do have a couple quests where you have to use Come to Pass auto rifle and the Tarnation grenade launcher and craft them at the Enclave to complete that part of the recon data quest. So this is a nice place to get those, and some of these, like I said, I am truly enjoying the bow so far. It's a nice kinetic to throw on, besides like my Accurized Redemption or my Biting Wind. But that is it for this Wellspring. I know it was a little long going over both of the versions, but they are super easy and super fast to go through, so it shouldn't be anything to worry about. And it's matchmaking, so you don't got to go in with a team or anything like that. Definitely fun to play with. Definitely got some decent loot with the weapons coming out of here. And they're fast, so you can farm them decently quick. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.